Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace be upon us all. Hello everyone, my name is Mela Meliani with student ID 2024-005-0039. In this video, I will explain how Islamic Aqidah, our faith and belief system, can actually be a bridge, not a barrier, in Indonesia's beautiful multicultural society. As the largest Muslim population in the world, we Indonesians face unique challenges. We live side by side with friends of different religions, ethnicities, and traditions. How does our Aqidah guide us in this diversity? Let's dive in. First, let's understand what Aqidah means. Aqidah comes from Arabic word aqada, meaning to tie firmly. It's our core belief system as Muslims, our faith in Allah, His angels, His books, His messengers, the Day of Judgment, and Qada and Qadar. But Aqidah is not just something we keep in our hearts. True Aqidah must manifest in our actions and behavior. The Prophet Muhammad SAW said, "None of you truly believes until he loves for his brother what he loves for himself." Notice the Prophet said his brother in general is not just his Muslim brother. This is our first clue that Islamic faith promotes universal goodness. So how does Aqidah influence our social behavior in a multicultural setting? First, recognizing shared humanity. In Surah Al-Hujurat verse 13, Allah says, "O mankind, indeed we have created you from male and female and made you peoples and tribes that you may know one another. Indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous of you." This verse teaches us that diversity is Allah's design. The goal is not to erase differences but to know one another, to understand, respect, and cooperate. Second, justice for all. Surah Al-Ma'idah verse 8 commands, "And do not let the hatred of a people prevent you from being just. Be just, that is nearer to righteousness." Our Aqidah requires us to be fair even to those who disagree with us. This means in daily life, a Muslim must treat everyone justly, whether in business, neighborhood relations, or social interactions. Islamic Aqidah shapes our ethics through several key principles. The first is honesty. The Prophet Muhammad SAW was known as Al-Amin, the trustworthy, even before he became a prophet. And this was in a society full of idol worshippers. His honesty was recognized by everyone. Example, in daily life, when you run a small business or food stall and your customer is non-Muslim, you still give full portion, honest price, and good quality. This is your Aqidah in actions. 2. Keeping promises. Surah Al-Isra verse 34 says, "And fulfill every promise. Indeed, the promise will be questioned." Example, if you promise to help your neighbor with their house renovation, regardless of their religion, you fulfill that promise because Allah is watching. Third is compassion and mercy. The Prophet Muhammad SAW said, "The merciful one shows mercy to those who are merciful. Show mercy to those on earth, and he who is in heaven will show mercy to you." For example, when a Christian or Hindu neighbor is grieving, you visit them, offer condolences, and help with what they need. This is not just good manners, it's an expression of your faith. Let's look at concrete example of Aqidah guiding interfaith interaction in Indonesian daily life. Example 1, gotong royong, or mutual cooperation. In many Indonesian villages, when a neighbor is building a house or preparing for a wedding, everyone helps. Muslim, Christians, Hindus, Buddhists. This tradition called gotong royong aligns perfectly with Islamic teaching that faith is shown through service to others. Example 2, maintaining security during religious holidays. Muslims in Indonesia participate in security posts to ensure their Christian neighbors can celebrate safely. During Nyepi in Bali, Muslims respect the silence. During Chinese New Year, we celebrate together. This is Akidah in action, not just tolerance, but active contribution to others' well-being. Example 3. Food and social gatherings. A Muslim with strong Akidah knows we only eat halal food in a mixed gathering. Doesn't mean we isolate ourselves. Instead, we bring halal food to share with everyone and join celebrations while maintaining our boundaries respectfully. Example 4. Interfaith dialogue. When a Muslim student has a Christian or Hindu classmate, Akidah encourages asking, "Tell me about your holiday," or "What does your faith teach about this?" This is living the Quran's commands to know one another. How does Akidah help us overcome differences when conflicts arise? First, prioritizing unity. The Quran teaches us in Surah Al Imran verse 103, "And hold firmly to the rope of Allah all together and do not become divided." While this primarily addresses Muslims in a national context, Indonesian Muslims understand that national unity is part of maintaining social harmony. 2. Choosing the better way. Surah Fussilat verse 34. Repel evil with what is better, then the one with whom you had enmity will become like a close friend. Example, if someone insults your faith, Akidah guides you not to retaliate with insults, but to respond with wisdom and kindness. Third, respecting religious freedom. Surah Al-Fakirun verse 6, "For you is your religion, and for me is my religion." This principle establishes that Akidah does not force beliefs on others. In Indonesia, this translates to respecting everyone's right to practice their faith. To conclude, Islamic Akidah in Indonesia's multicultural society is not a wall, it's a foundation. It grounds us in our faith while encouraging us to reach out to others with justice, compassion, and respect. When we understand Akidah correctly, we see that being a good Muslim means being a good neighbor, a good citizen, and good human being to all, regardless of background. Remember the words of our beloved Prophet, "The best of people are those that bring most benefit to mankind." Let's be those people. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.